1 millennium ago, when the aristocracy fell at last from grace. The defender of the South banished tyranny from the city gates, while the West spread her wings and took her rightful place. The wanderer in the North settled with the Wolven race. As the 4 winds blew, to all corners they flew, but much was to be done to build Mondstadt anew. The animal god called on them, each one in turn. First their leader, the West Wind, though he found himself spurned. The Lionfang Knight was less than impressed. I've no time to join you and sing, dance, and jest, for you see to these 3 while I handle the rest. Next did he track down that leader of wolves. Asked him to tame his most unbridled of souls. The wolf leader growled he would not be contained. Do not lecture me, bard, you who are the least restrained. So the animal god implored the friend he'd known first to blow the ice from the face of the earth, that verdance and freedom could once more be birthed. But the dragon had known his bard god friend too long. He would not share the work, but dictate it through song.
Do some real work, Barbados.
This is me, fairy lady at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, no one of importance. This gentleman beside me is our most knowledgeable consultant, Mr. Zhongli.
This Noctilucous jade is small, but a beautiful shade of translucent blue. It would be a shame not to buy it.
Yes, sir.
Pasting a windwheel aster to wet glaze before it is fired in the kiln? Fascinating. The flower turns to ash, but its shape is forever retained. Such genius, it would be a pity to not purchase this.
Yes, sir.
Core lapis is itself hard to gather. It must have taken true skill indeed to unearth 2 pieces so alike. We should buy them.
Yes, sir. A fine Noctilucous jade, artisan porcelain, and a pair of core lapis, and a windwheel aster as a gift for the fairy lady. Yes, he even got me a gift. Mr. Zhongli truly is an amazing person.
When Xiangling is cooking, it would be far more appealing to go to Wanmin Restaurant as opposed to Sinuer Kiosk or Lioli Pavilion.
I'm fine with anything so long as it's good. But do they only have chopsticks?
You will need to be adept with chopsticks if you are to truly appreciate Liyue's gastronomy.
Mr. Zhongli, we have Springvale boar on the menu today. Would you like to try it instead of the salt and pepper tofu?
We'll have both.
In accordance with Snezhnayan customs, we gave Xiangling a tip for her amazing new dish. Mr. Zhongli values friendly ties over Mora and is generous in word and deed. Well, the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor often foots the cost of his generosity. But thankfully, the Northland Bank is bearing this particular bill.
Welcome, come in! Excluding this pair of hairpins, everything else is for sale.
They're not for sale. Why not?
These are heirlooms pawned by a poor fellow to scrounge together money for his wife's medication. I must hang on to them for him until the redemption period expires.
Oh.
I paid off the shopkeeper and took this pair of hairpins, seeking to return them to their owner with some living expenses on the side. Please help me to conceal these expenses in our accounts, would you? I will be sure to buy you lunch. Honestly, once you become entangled with Mr. Zhongli, there's no getting away from him at all.
Thoma! Paimon! What is this place?
When I woke up, I was riding in a flower carriage. I just had a dream. I dreamed it was my birthday. In the dream, the Knight of Flowers and his retainers found me. Oh, Archon, we finally found you. The people can't wait to meet you. The Sub-Zerus festival began, and everyone smiled as they gathered around me. Finally, I got back on the carriage and waved goodbye. When I woke up, I was riding in a flower carriage. I just had a dream. I dreamed it was my birthday. In the dream, the Knight of Flowers and his retainers found me. Oh, Archon, we finally found you. The people can't wait to meet you. The Sub-Zerus festival began, and everyone smiled as they gathered around me. Finally, I got back on the carriage and waved goodbye. When I woke up, I was riding in the flower carriage. I had just had a dream. I dreamed it was my birthday. In the dream, the Knight of Flowers and his retainers found me. Oh, Archon, we finally found you. The people can't wait to meet you. The Sub-Zerus festival began, and everyone smiled as they gathered around me. Finally, I got back on the carriage and waved goodbye. When I woke up, I was riding in a flower carriage. It was my birthday. Happy birthday, Nahida.
Opera walks the line between truth and fiction. For though the story is fictional, as far as the characters are concerned, their fate is real. Therein lies the rub. Are you and I the audience, or characters on the stage? Nobody can know for sure. After all, nothing is easier to fool than the senses. We know only one thing for certain, that the prophecy is true. Because in this show, the prophecy is a part of all characters' fates. Don't believe me? So, you still haven't noticed that I'm not even speaking to you. This is just a recording playing in your head. Now, do you see? The prophecy has come true, and everything has been lost to the Great Flood. And you are the only one I have left. And so, while fate may seem like it's playing cruel jokes on you, only fate will not deceive you. Unless you can first deceive fate itself.